Am I free to go?
I want my lawyer now.
I want a lawyer right now.
Mr. Nolan, it's for you.
My name is Patrick Nolan. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Missouri. This is Pat Talks Law. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the recent lawsuit that the Missouri Attorney General has filed against Jim Bakker. Now, on March 10th, 2020 at 11:11 a.m., the Missouri Attorney General's office filed a lawsuit against Jim Bakker, Morningside Church Productions Incorporated, doing business as Jim Bakker Show Ministry. Now, this lawsuit is a petition for a temporary restraining order, preliminary and permanent injunction, civil penalties, and other relief. What that means is that the Attorney General's office is saying, Jim Bakker, you have to stop. We're not going to allow you to, we don't want you to continue with what you're doing. Now, what the Jim Bakker Show was doing is, because of the coronavirus outbreak, they had a spot where they were attempting to sell a solution called Silver Sol, and they had promoted that as being a cure, a substance that would deactivate the coronavirus. Of course, that claim has no basis in science, reason, or reality. However, that's what the claim was. So turning to the lawsuit itself, we have a petition for temporary restraining order, preliminary permanent injunction, civil penalties, and other relief. State of Missouri, ex-rel Eric Schmidt, Attorney General, brings this petition for temporary restraining order. They want the court to say, you can't do this. He must stop. And I think the court's probably going to. So, with Mr. Schmidt is arguing that, or General Schmidt, I should say, Jim Bakker is an individual in Blue Eye, Missouri. Defendant Bakker advertised, solicited, sold, and offered to sell merchandise in Missouri. And that's critical because this lawsuit is filed under the Missouri Merchandising Practices Act, which is a section of the Missouri statutes that allows people recourse, and specifically the Attorney General recourse, against merchandisers that are using unfair and unethical practices. It's chapter 407. It's a phenomenal read if you are having problems sleeping. So, Morningside Church Productions is a Missouri for-profit corporation which was incorporated December 30th, 2014. Morningside does business as the Jim Bakker Show Ministry, as indicated by the registration of fictitious name on file with Missouri Secretary of State's office. Defendant Morningside transacted business in Missouri, and specifically within Stone County, as Jim Bakker Show Ministry. At all times relevant to the facts alleged in this petition, defendants Jim Bakker and Morningside, doing business as Jim Bakker Show Ministry, engaged or directed their agents to engage in the unlawful practices alleged in this petition. Any practices, acts, methods, uses, solicitations, or conduct of the defendants alleged in this petition include the acts, practices, methods, uses, solicitations, or conduct of defendants, employees, agents, or other representatives acting under defendants' direction, control, or authority. Now, this is important because they can't say that the employee did this on their own or the show guest did this on their own. What the state is alleging is that this is Jim Bakker and his company that directed their employees and their guests to do this and market this substance. Now, then there's the typical jurisdiction block, and they make that, and they point out that the court has authority over Chapter 407.100, allows the Attorney General to seek injunctive relief, restitution, penalties, and other relief in the circuit court against people who violate Section 407.020 revised statutes of Missouri. There's a typical venue statute, and then we get into paragraph 10. Defendants have engaged in acts, practices, methods, uses, solicitation, and conduct described below that violate Chapter 407.020 RISMO in and from Stone County, Missouri. Thus, venue is proper in this court. Missouri Merchandising Practices Act, Section 407.020, provides in part that the act, use, or employment by any person of any deception, fraud, false pretense, false promise, misrepresentation, unfair practice, or the concealment, suppression, or omission of any material fact in connection with the sale or advertisement of any merchandise in trade or commerce, or the solicitation of any funds for any charitable purpose, as defined in Section 407.453 in or from the state of Missouri, is declared to be an unlawful practice. Any act, use, or employment declared unlawful by this subsection violates this subsection, whether committed before, during, or after the sale, advertisement, or solicitation. Now, Section 407.100.1 originally states, whenever it appears to the Attorney General that a person has engaged in, is engaging in, or is about to engage in any method, act, use, practice, or solicitation, or any combination thereof, declared to be unlawful by this chapter, the Attorney General may seek and obtain in an action in a circuit court an injunction prohibiting such person from continuing such methods, acts, uses, practices, or solicitations, or any combination thereof, or engaging therein, or doing anything in furtherance thereof. In other words, the Attorney General has the authority to ask the court to tell the wrongdoer to stop. And of course, then we have the definition of person. And in the post-Citizens United era, person is defined as any natural person or as legal representative, partnership, firm, for-profit, non-profit corporation, whether domestic or foreign, company, foundation, trust, business entity or association, or any agent, employee, salesperson, partner, officer, director, member, stockholder, associate, trustee. So basically, it's all a person for this. Anything can be a person. Merchandise is any objects, wares, goods, commodities, and the lawsuit then goes into some definitions, all taken out of Chapter 407. Now, as we scroll through this, we'll get down to the allegations of fact, starting with paragraph 19. Paragraph 20, since at least February 12, 2020, defendants advertised, offered to sell, and sold Silver Solution, also referred to as Silver Sol, and Optivida Silver Solution, created by American Biotech Labs. On the Jim Bakker Show, aired on multiple networks across the country, and on Jim Bakker Show website, defendants solicited the business of Missouri and non-Missouri consumers to purchase Silver Solution as a product to, quote, support your immune system, end quote. Quote, speed up natural processes that have positive effects on the body, end quote, and, quote, resonating at just the right frequency to disrupt foreign elements without disturbing the body's natural environment, end quote. In the February 12, 2020 Jim Bakker Show number 3861, Bakker has the following exchange with Cheryl Selman, referred to as a naturopathic doctor and a natural health expert. Bakker, this influenza that is now circling the globe, you're saying that Silver Solution would be effective. Selman, well, let's say it hasn't been tested on this strain of the coronavirus, but it has been tested on other strains of coronavirus and has been able to eliminate it within 12 hours. Bakker, yeah. Selman, totally eliminate. Kills it, deactivates it. Yeah. Selman, and it boosts your immune system so then you can support the recovery, because when you kill the virus, then the immune system comes into action to clear it out. So you want a vibrant immune system as well as an ability to deactivate these viruses. Silversol has been proven by the government that it has the ability to kill every pathogen it has ever been tested on, including SARS and HIV. Bakker then offers Silversol products for viewers should they offer donations to the show at levels such as $80 or $125. The Jim Bakker Show website includes prominent stories about coronavirus and the courses running across the globe. One update on the site titled COVID-19 Coronavirus Building Immunity, Staying Healthy, and the Benefits of Silver Solution. When the link is clicked, a lengthy discussion of the coronavirus outbreak is described with references to COVID-19's close relation to SARS virus. Then an update refers to the Selman interview on February 12th and the use of silver solution and many coronaviruses and other deadly diseases we face. Dr. Selman is described as a worldwide known board-certified integrative naturopathic doctor and mind-body psychotherapist. And the website goes on to say that what you really want to do is build a strong immune system, and then refers to the most vulnerable people that die from flu and things as the elderly. Now, as you may well imagine, the FDA took issue with this, as did the Federal Trade Commission. On March 6, 2020, both of those entities issued warning letters to defendant Jim Bakker and other companies selling unapproved coronavirus drugs. And that letter, I'm not going to get into the details, but it quotes rather heavily from federal law, and they were ordered to stop. They determined that the website offers products labeled to contain silver, such as silver solid liquid, for sale, and these products are intended to mitigate, prevent, treat, diagnose, or cure COVID-19 in people. FDA has determined these products are unapproved, new drugs sold in violation of Federal Food, Drug, Cosmetic Act. Further, they are misbranded drugs under Section 502 of FD&C Act 21 U.S.C. 352. The introduction of these products into interstate commerce is prohibited. The FDA letter also advises there are currently no vaccines, potions, lotions, lozenges, or other prescription or over-the-counter products available to treat or cure coronavirus. 2019, commonly known as COVID-19. The director of the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Service, Dr. Randall Williams, stated in an interview with an investigator for the Missouri Attorney General's office that there's nothing available that can be ingested to eliminate the coronavirus. So they laid out their facts. This is what the law is. This is what Jim Bakker and Jim Bakker's show have said and done. Now, violations of the law. Count 1 is false promises. Okay. They falsely promised that this silver solution can cure, eliminate, kill, or deactivate coronavirus, and that it can boost your immune system. Count 2 is misrepresentations of material fact. They violated the law by claiming that it can cure, eliminate, kill, or deactivate coronavirus, and by claiming that silver solution has been proven by the government that it has the ability to kill every pathogen it has ever been tested on, including SARS and HIV, which that's a false statement. Count 3 is unfair practices. It offends public policy as established by the Federal Trade Commission in that they are selling unapproved coronavirus drugs and treatment products, and their practice represents a risk of or causes substantial injury to consumers in that the sale and promotion of fraudulent COVID-19 products is a threat to public health, as people may delay or stop appropriate treatment in favor of ineffective or unproven remedies. And that this happens in every illness. So what the Attorney General is asking for is in the relief paragraph here. Find that the defendants violated provisions of RISMO 407.020, issue permanent and preliminary injunctions pursuant to RISMO 407.100.1, 407.100.4, prohibiting and enjoining defendants from marketing, advertising, offering to sell, or selling silver solution as a treatment for coronavirus. Award a civil penalty to the state of $1,000 for each violation of 407.020, requiring defendants to pay all court, investigative, and prosecution costs in this case, and any further relief that the court deems proper. So this is a situation where the Attorney Generals have taken action. And in addition to the Missouri State Attorney General, the New York State Attorney General had also sent a cease and desist letter. So one of the concerns here is that there could be a public health risk because of what Mr. Bakker was selling. Now, The really interesting things aren't even a part of this lawsuit. One is that the Jim Bakker Ministry is a for-profit company. He's an entertainer, not a preacher. He's a salesman, not a man of God. And I think that's clear by the fact that it's set up as a for-profit company hawking snake oil. Now, that's a statement that it's repulsive. So what happens from here? Well, there will probably be a settlement in this case. I don't think that the Bakker show is going to fight all of this. I think that they are going to reach a settlement quietly, pay off the state, stop selling this stuff, and move on. I don't know how much they sold. Discovery might pull that out, but that's where that is. An answer has not been filed to the best of my knowledge yet. No. Oh, they did enter an appearance. Let's see here. Yes. A couple of attorneys entered appearance on behalf of the defendants already. Spencer Fain, it's a good firm. So they'll be representing him, and we will see what they decide to do. But as of right now, Jim Bakker show is being sued for selling what I would describe as snake oil. And that's the lawsuit. Thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe. I will be talking to you again soon. I wanted to get this up this morning because a lot of people don't really understand what the protections that a state attorney general can provide. And this is one of the things. They don't just target and go after people the AG doesn't like. It is actually consumer protections. They run the justice system for the state. There are a lot of things that they do. In this case, they're trying to shut down a fraud, for lack of a better way to say it, and protect people who don't know better. So anyway, like, subscribe. We'll be talking to you again soon. We'll probably be going live tomorrow about 9 o'clock, or at 9 o'clock. And we're going to talk about medical marijuana. We'll talk about the COVID-19. We'll talk a little bit about the quarantines and all the things that people are turning off. I mean, we're canceling meetings. We'll talk about why. There's some science behind it. There's some reasons behind it. And we'll talk about why that might be overreacting. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. You have a good day.